Hey Kernels, welcome back to PopCon Slimes. I am Michelle, and today I will be reviewing Corn with Slime, their Halloween restock. So let's get straight into it. So I ordered a total of 4 slimes, and it took about a week to get here, so the shipping was not too bad. Everything came in bubble wrap, which was really nice, very nicely packaged, and with some cute little tissue paper around it. These were the slimes that I got. However, I only also got an invoice in my box. I didn't get a business card or any borax or extras. Of course, extras are not expected, but I usually do expect to see a business card. Additionally, I did get a extra slime as a promotion they were doing for buying 3. So here's everything I got in my package all laid out, including the extra slime and the 4 slimes I purchased, including the DIY clay piece that came with one of the slimes. First up, we have Coraline, which was a clay butter slime scented like fresh linen. So when it arrived kind of like this. The image showed it differently, so I kind of expected the clay piece to come separately, not on top, because it did have this mixing effect. However, it was okay. I took it out and I was able to assemble it the best that I could. First, I played with the base, and it felt pretty nice. It was a little rubbery. It was a different texture than I'm used to, so I thought maybe I just needed to mix in the clay. The scent of this slime is fresh linen, and it smells so good. It's one of my favorite scents of all time. I'm one of those weirdos that purposely goes down the laundry detergent aisle just to smell it because it smells so good. I also think fresh linen was a good choice because it reminds me of the sheets and the bed that Coraline plays around in. So as I began to mix, I was kind of concerned with the texture. It felt a little rubbery, which I was not used to, so I kept playing to see what would happen. As I began to stretch it more, it began to rip really easily, even with the clay mixed in, and so I wasn't sure if it was overactivated or what was going on. Despite the texture being different and not something I am really a fan of or was used to because of all of the ripping and the slow pulls you have to do, this slime did make some really good bubble pops. Like I said before, as you can see, this was a slow stretch slime. Even when I poke it, it's a very stiff, rubbery slime. Not really a texture I'm used to, definitely rips. And I just was not sure if it was overactivated. So I did contact the company because not only this slime, but some of the other slimes were also like this texture. They had advised me to put in some hand sanitizer to soften up the slime. However, this did not work, so that was a concern for me. This slime was really tough to pull, and as you can see, it's really stiff, it's rubbery, and it's not one of my favorite textures to play with. I'm not sure if it's a texture with the company or if there was something wrong with this batch of slime. However, I was just not sold on this texture. I did really like the scent of the slime. I would have liked to see maybe a different end color, perhaps some purple clay instead of black to go with the Coraline theme. So for those reasons, I am going to give this slime 3 out of 5 popcorns. The next slime I tried was called Day of the Dead. It is a clear-based binsu-filled slime. I am not sure of the scent on this because it was not listed on the packaging and I could not find it on the website. It also came with the cutest little sugar skull Fimos. This slime was a little overactivated as well when I first got it, but after I started to play with it a little bit more, it cleared up and became a little bit squishier. However, as you can see, for a clear slime, it is pretty thick and stiff, but like I said before, it did become stretchier. It also came with this candy skull charm, which I adored. The scent on this slime is very hard for me to describe. The only way I can describe it is my abuela's house. Like, it smells like a perfume and soap, but it also kind of has this hint of some chili powder and Mexican spices. So it almost smells like a Day of the Dead farmer's market. It's amazing. I cannot. This slime literally transports me, the smell. It is amazing. I don't know what it is or what they did, but I 100% think this is one of the best scents I've ever smelled just because it isn't describable. It's an experience. This slime was so pretty. It reminded me of Day of the Dead perfectly. I loved this. It just screamed fall and it was really great. Again, this slime was another slow stretcher. I'm not sure if that's just the type of slimes that this company makes. So I did have to stretch it kind of slow and it was a little bit jiggly. I did try to soften it up with hand sanitizer as the company suggested. However, that didn't really work. So it was a little bit tough and again, kind of a slow pull slime. Overall, I found this slime to be beautiful. I think it represented Day of the Dead perfectly. Like I said before, the scent was one of my favorites. The texture was not my favorite for a clear slime. Usually clear slimes are a lot more slimy, I would say, and a lot more liquidy. This one was kind of rubbery and tough, but I overall enjoyed the theme and the aspects that went into the slime. So for those reasons, I'm going to give this slime 4 out of 5 popcorns. The next slime I tried was called Hot Cocoa Fall. It was a thick-based slime with some tiny baby packing peanuts to be the marshmallows on top. In the image, the marshmallow add-ins were more on top, and usually things rise to the top when the slime has sat. So I think maybe this slime might have just been mixed recently, and therefore I didn't get the marshmallows on top, but that is totally okay. This slime is, of course, scented like hot chocolate, and oh my gosh, it is perfect. I seriously thought I was smelling hot chocolate. It's very hard to get chocolate and food-like scents besides like banana really on point, and I think they did an amazing job here. I could smell this all day long. Additionally, I had the same problem as I did with those other slimes. This was just kind of a rubbery, really hard to stretch slime. If I started to stretch, it would rip, and it did not soften up when they suggested that I add hand sanitizer. I did get some cute little pops out of these little popcorns, so I thought that was a nice touch. However, overall, I was kind of disappointed. I felt like this slime was hard to play with. It was really jiggly, super rubbery, and I just did not enjoy the texture at all. I will say, though, that with all of these slimes, while I'm not enjoying the textures so much, the containers were great, the packaging was great, and the smells have been on point. So as you can see, this one was really tough, so I kind of gave up playing with it a little bit early, so there's not as much filming here. So for all of those reasons, I am going to give this slime 2 out of 5 popcorns. The last slime I ordered was Autumn Bundt Cake, and it was a DIY slime set that came with this orange base scented like pumpkin spice and a little clay bundt cake to put on top. As I played with the orange base, I noticed that there was a hair inside the base. This happens sometimes, however, when addressed, I didn't get any response from the company, so that was kind of sad. I'd like to see the slimes be a little bit cleaner in the future, and especially for the type of price that you're paying. But again, this happens, and it can happen to anyone. I really liked the color on this base. Again, I had problems with the texture. It was just so rubbery for a base. Usually thick based slimes are, thick, they're pokeable, but this one was just kind of jiggly and rubbery, but also sticky at the same time. It was kind of a weird experience, and after doing some research, I've seen that other people have had similar experiences with this shop, so it just might be their formula and the way they make slime. For me, that's not something I really like. I like that I can pull and stretch endlessly, and that's not going to rubber up on me, but some people do like this texture, so it's really just a preference. So as you can see here, I'm pulling very slowly and I'm still getting these broken stretches, which was kind of disappointing to me. I will say I really liked the color on this slime. It is bright orange and definitely screams fall and pumpkin. Additionally, I really loved the scent of this slime. This shop has nailed their scents. They are absolutely stunning. They smell so good and they're very, very real to life. So I decided that maybe the base just needed the clay, and that might have been some of the reason I was seeing some of this extreme ripping. So I went ahead and got the slime ready for the clay bundt cake to be added in. So the clay bundt cake was actually pretty wet for a clay, which is okay. I was able to shape it and get it back into where it was because the container did damage the sides a little bit, but that was not a big deal. It also came with this tiny little bag of fall add-ins. Overall, I thought this slime looked really cute. The bundt cake was adorable. I tried to take some of the slime and drizzle it over to make an effect, but as you can see, it did rip a little bit and it didn't really make the best drizzles, so I tried my best. Because the clay was so soft, it did mix in really quickly to the slime, and I thought that it actually was starting to fix the texture and make it a little better. So the clay definitely helped a little bit. I wasn't getting as many rips. I was able to get some nice stretches and some good bubble pops. However, the more I kept mixing and playing, the tougher this slime became, and so I think, again, it's just something with their textures or their formulas, and perhaps that's just the way they make their slime. Overall, this slime smelled super good. It screamed fall, and I did enjoy the mixing process and the DIY aspect. However, I didn't think that it was all that special for a DIY clay slime, which you do pay a little bit more for. So for those reasons, I'm going to give this slime 3 out of 5 popcorns. So as I mentioned previously, I did contact the company because I did not get a care card in my package, which is very unusual, and I was having some trouble with the textures. They had suggested that I add hand sanitizer, which did not help the slimes at all, and apologized for the extra bag and care card having been missing. However, I did reach out to them again and say that I was not really impressed or satisfied with my order because I did feel like these slimes were very expensive for an experience that I wasn't super sold on. The shop had offered me a $20 credit to spend in their shop next time. As always, these videos are opinion based, and I would love to hear if you had a different experience with corn with slime. Thank you for watching, Kernels. You all make this possible. Let me know what you think about this video and my new setup in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.